Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Today, things are about to heat up for real, because we're diving into Sanji and the power he doesn't even know he has yet. The Blue Conqueror's Haki. A Haki that goes beyond anything we've ever seen. A power that fuses the strength of the Vinsmokes with a blazing, pure soul. Let's spark this theory by looking at what we know about Sanji and his journey. Sanji enters the story in chapter 43 at the Barity as a big-hearted cook who kicks pirates like his legs are pistols and dreams of finding the All Blue, the legendary sea where every kind of fish meets. He's loyal to the Straw Hats, but carries a heavy past as a Vinsmoke prince, revealed in chapter 814 in Whole Cake Island. Sanji already has observation and armament Haki, but he's never shown the Conqueror's Haki, at least not yet. In chapter 1030, during the Wano arc, he awakens his Vinsmoke genetic power, gaining insane strength, speed, and near superhuman regeneration. But he refuses to lose his humanity. That mix of pure heart and raw power is the spark of this theory. Sanji will awaken a unique Conqueror's Haki, tinged blue like his flames. A power that doesn't just intimidate, but ignites the will of allies and enemies alike, setting him up to shine against the biggest villains, like Imu or the Gorosei. Now let's dig into Sanji's past to understand why he's the perfect candidate for such a special Haki. In chapter 43, he already shows an iron will, defending the Barati against Krieg with kicks, fueled by passion that goes beyond technique. Trained by Zeph, his mentor, Sanji learned that food is life and that philosophy drives his kicks. In chapter 403, during Eni's lobby, Sanji unveils Diable Jambe, a technique that sets his legs ablaze purely through his willpower, not science. In chapter 814, in Whole Cake, we learn that Sanji is a Vinsmoke genetically engineered to be superhuman. His brothers have cold powers like ice and electricity, but Sanji's awakening in chapter 1030 shines differently. Regeneration and strength, but with his heart intact. That balance between genetics and emotion makes him the perfect vessel for a unique Conqueror's Haki, one that mirrors his burning soul and his dream of the All Blue. Now, let's connect this to the Conqueror's Haki, the spicy sauce of this theory. In chapter 570, during Marineford, Luffy unleashes the King's Haki by accident, knocking out soldiers with sheer willpower. Sanji hasn't shown that yet, but the signs are there. In chapter 403, his Diable Jambe ignites the battlefield, inspiring the Straw Hats even under pressure. In chapter 944, in Wano, he faces Page 1 with kicks so powerful the enemy trembles, even without using Conqueror's Haki. What if Sanji has been suppressing that power, just like Zoro did in chapter 1033 before awakening his own Conqueror's Haki? In chapter 1028, Queen taunts Sanji, saying his Vinsmoke genes are as cold as machines. But Sanji answers with a blazing kick, proving his passion burns hotter. Here's the theory. Sanji will awaken the Blue Conqueror's Haki, a one-of-a-kind version that merges his fiery will with his blue Diable Jambe flames, creating an aura that not only crushes enemies, but also ignites the hope of his allies, a flame guiding them toward the All Blue. Looking back across past arcs reinforces this. In chapter 43, Sanji already shows natural leadership when he rallies the Barati cooks against Krieg, like a king in disguise. In chapter 403, his Diable Jambe isn't just raw strength, it's a symbol of his will to protect, inspiring Robin to fight. In chapter 581, during Marineford, he faces admirals with courage, even without the King's Haki, hinting at a latent will. In chapter 814, in Whole Cake, he rejects the Vinsmoke bloodline, choosing heart over heritage, exactly what defines Conqueror's Haki, which comes from the soul, not genetics. And in chapter 1030, his genetic awakening doesn't make him cold like his brothers. It makes him burn hotter, his blue flames symbolizing his individuality. Those blue flames could be the key, a Blue Conqueror's Haki that mirrors his unique passion. Now, let's let that blue fire dance. Sanji's awakening might happen in Elbaf, the current arc around chapter 1126, where he'll face challenges that test his humanity. Picture this: Sanji facing a Gorosei like Saturn, who in chapter 1094 reveals demonic powers. Cornered, Sanji's will erupts, releasing a blue aura that sets the battlefield ablaze. Unlike Luffy's or Zoro's black and red Haki, Sanji's is blue, like Diable Jambe. And instead of just knocking foes down, it lifts allies back up with courage, like in chapter 403. He could unleash a new move, something like Blue Flambe Conqueror, a kick combining the King's Haki with blue fire, burning even Imu's shadows. In chapter 906, Imu appears as a master of darkness, and in 1085, destroys islands with black lightning. Sanji's blue Haki would be the perfect counterbalance, a flame that illuminates and freeze. So let's turn the heat up even higher, because this Sanji theory is about to explode in the best way possible. What we have here goes beyond physical strength. Sanji is one of One Piece's most fascinating characters because his journey is full of depth, and his true strength doesn't come from his genetics. It comes from his heart and his unshakable will. And unlike other crew members, Sanji hasn't yet shown Conqueror's Haki outright, but like Luffy and Zoro, he carries a hidden potential waiting to be unleashed. And when it does, it'll be something completely new, the Blue Conqueror's Haki. This Haki will be unlike any other, something that goes beyond intimidation or destruction. It'll be a flame that lights, warms, and inspires. The Blue Conqueror's Haki, the power of Sanji's will and flame. From the very beginning, Sanji has always been defined by his uncontrollable passion. In chapter 43, when he defends the Baratie against Krieg, we already see how he puts his life and strength into every strike. He's not just a fighter, he's a man, driven by a deep philosophy. Food is life. His skill in the kitchen is an extension of his heart. Throughout the series, Sanji constantly blends his strength with emotion, as we see with Diable Jambe, where he sets his legs ablaze, not just to deal damage, but to express his will and protect others. When he uses that technique, his flames aren't just physical, they represent his soul, his desire to protect his friends, and his burning passion for his dreams. From his very introduction in One Piece, Sanji stands out for his unique ability to lead by example and inspire those around him. In chapter 403, during the battle at Eni's lobby, he becomes a pillar for his crewmates, not through grand speeches, but through action. His Diable Jambe isn't just a powerful attack, it's a cry of willpower, a symbol of his determination to fight for life, freedom, and his ideals. Here, we see the foundation of the Blue Conqueror's Haki beginning to form. Even unconsciously, Sanji already carries the spirit of a leader, someone capable of inspiring others to fight by his side. This power isn't just about destruction, but creation, the ability to ignite the spirit of his allies, while striking fear into his enemies. When we learn in chapter 814 that Sanji is a Vinsmoke, we gain a new layers of his story. He was created in a lab, engineered to be superhuman. His brothers, with cold powers like ice and electricity, were designed to be perfect weapons. But Sanji, even with his extraordinary genetic potential, always rejected that cold part of his nature and held on to his humanity. That balance between brute strength, born from his genes, and his pure soul, which always values compassion and emotion, makes Sanji the perfect candidate to awaken a Conqueror's Haki as unique as he is. The Blue Conqueror's Haki. The moment Sanji awakens this Blue Conqueror's Haki will be one of the most powerful and emotional scenes in One Piece. This awakening will likely happen in a moment of extreme emotional and physical pressure. Picture this. In the Elbaf arc, where emotions and battles reach their peak, Sanji faces off against mighty enemies, perhaps even the Gorosei, with their godlike powers. When he's pushed to his absolute limit, it's in that breaking point that his Conqueror's Haki will finally manifest, not as a dark aura like others, but as blue flames radiating from his body. This Haki won't be a mere aura of pressure like Luffy's. Instead, it'll be a manifestation of Sanji's will, a blue flame symbolizing his struggle against his own cold, artificial nature and his rejection of the part of himself that was born in a lab. It'll be a power that ignites hope in his allies, a warm fire that comforts and inspires. Sanji's Blue Conqueror's Haki won't just destroy, it will also heal, uplift, and inspire. He'll be able to use it to help his friends rise again, even in their hardest battles. Connecting this to the All Blue, in chapter 56, Sanji dreams of the sea where all fish come together. In chapter 1116, Vegapunk reveals that the Void Century sank the ancient world. But what if the All Blue is more than just a place? What if it's the restored state of the world itself? Sanji, with his Blue Haki, could be the key to ignite that dream, using his willpower to inspire the unity of the seas. In chapter 1044, Luffy, as Nika, brings freedom. Sanji, with his Haki, could bring harmony, guiding the world toward the All Blue with flames that heal instead of destroy. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.